Hi, I'm Lynne with Softsquares. Today we are doing day 4 for the 2025 Advent unboxing of the B box from Softsquares, which is me. There is an A box that will not start opening until the 14th, and that way both boxes will end up finishing on December 25th. So keep watching the thumbnails if you have an A box and see when that starts, or just remember that date. All right, so I'm going to show you what is in the box or the bag for day 4. And just a little reminder, if you ended up getting both boxes, the A and the B box, and you happen to unload the boxes, the only way you're going to tell the difference between an A box and a B box is the B's all have some kind of a snowman sticker on them. And so, but the color of the sticker doesn't mean anything. So it's just if it has a snowman sticker. So let's look at what's in this one. There's our paper. It says B box day 4. Ruby Star has some really fun basics. This 2-yard cut of navy is to add to your stash. So you get 2 yards of this fun. It's called Speckled Ruby Star. It's kind of a copper and bright blue. And I think there's even brown in there. Yep, I see 3 colors with the dark blue. So you're getting 2 yards of this. And let's see what the elf has to say. There's our 4. Everything's getting really washed out. Sorry. I think I turned this off at one point. We're going to do that again. So the elf says, everyone got the same items, but the colors are different. The box I looked into has items one can surely use. What is your favorite color fabric to use in backgrounds on quilts? Do you use traditional white or do you use something different on a regular basis? Let us know. So this would be awesome as a background or focal point or whatever, but that's 2 yards of that to play with. So the elf is asking you, what would you do with it? And what's your favorite backing? Now that is it for the daily gift. Bucket of balls. We're going to pick a number. B13 is the number for your bingo card. B13. Okay. Again, keep track of all the numbers. Make it so I can see on the card what is below it, so don't like black it out or whatever. But then take a picture once you have 2 bingos on your sheet and email it to me, as long as I get it by the end of the day on December 26th. But watch every day where I'm going to be drawing one number for your bingo game. This is my Christmas sampler. It is Peppermint Lane is the fabric line that they used when they did it with the pattern, and so it's Peppermint Lane Christmas sampler by It's So Emma. It's several years old and it's a book. And I've been working on this for several years. I took scraps out of my stash and a couple, actually it was last year. This section right here was not here. I had all the other pieces just kind of up on the board and they stayed there for what felt like a couple months in the background. And I just could not find my cutout pieces for this. And I eventually found them and I finished it. So this is done. Completely done. I love it. And then on the stitch-uation on November 29th, which was last Saturday, I was putting the binding on this. And so if you watched that, I talked about this, but I actually added a stop border to this quilt, which is the little border between the main part of the quilt and the outer border. And this is to stop your eye so things don't run together. Well, I was so excited to finish this quilt because I've been working on it forever that once I got it all joined, I just threw the border on. I had everything cut out and I didn't even pay attention to the fact that I had all these white strips in there. And I put it on without a stop border, which means like the gingerbread man, he went right up and touched the gray. The chimney touched the gray. He did too. The points on these trees did, but they weren't as big of a deal. The stars or the packages at the bottom there, I don't know if you can even see them. Nope. They were touching the border. So everything was just sitting right on the border. This, is it this one? The bottom of this wreath was right on the border. The side, nope, that's it. His one arm. So what I did is I took a 2-inch piece of fabric and put it on top, because by the time I realized what I had done, it had already come back from the quilter. I was not going to unpick it, but it was just bothering me. So I put a 2-inch piece of fabric all the way around it, and then top stitched on both sides. And because it's already quilted and it has a little bit, it doesn't have quilting through that, it kind of looks like a little trapunto-ish style, but it really does frame it, which is what the stop border does. It stops your eye going from one thing into the other. It helps to separate the colors, especially with the Ginger Madman, where he was like up in there. The only thing is he lost part of his head. He's got a flat top now. But other than that, I'm very happy with how this turned out. So if you find yourself, after the fact, wanting to add a border, try what I did. So that's the story. And I just like I said, just finished it this last week, and I'm excited to show that to you. So what do you think? I'll see you tomorrow.